welcome to my channel. My name is Kaz Jackson. Welcome to the channel, man. What I'm going to be doing in this channel is really just breaking down, my journey here from taking these funded challenges to being a funded trader, to being profitable, to being consistent, and to be withdrawn consistently, right? Now, to be fair, I have taken these challenges quite a good amount. I have been profitable. I have withdrawn money. I just haven't been consistent, right? So I'm just gonna take you to the journey, man, of me going through my own journey of becoming a consistent profitable trader from these funded prop firms, going through the psychological roadblocks that I'm overcoming myself, the ones that I know right now, the ones that may come up, just me getting better overall as a human and as a trader, man. So welcome to the channel, and let's just go ahead and dive into the first video, man. Let's break it down. Let's go ahead. So this is GJ. This is the trade that I took that essentially, like I said, saved my account. And let's just get straight into it, man. So on a daily time frame, what I saw in this area right here, we had a lot of choppiness, right? Especially if you go to the weekly time frame. It's just a lot of just choppy, man. Just not attractive. Like, even though it's choppy, even though it don't look too good, it's something that's like, all right, let me try to work with this. If I get burned, I'll learn from it. So the weekly, very choppy. We'll do the right as the daily. On a daily time frame, we have this confluence area right here where it was resistance, turn support, turn support, turn support, turn support. But also you got to keep in mind weekly is very choppy. But the reason I took this trade right here is the daily closed bullish as heck. We'll say that for the video. We'll say heck. Don't want the channel to get taken down before I even start, you know what I mean? All right, so the daily closed very bullish right here. If we look to the left on the H4 time frame, it closed on a bullish ass. Oh well, there it goes. It closed on a bullish behind candle right here. Now I was like, okay, daily closed bullish, H4 closed bullish. Let's see if there's any transition on a lower time frame than that. So on the H1 time frame, I had this level right here where it was support, and I was waiting. I was patiently waiting because I took a trade right here without waiting for this support resistance to break and retest, and I got fucked. It pushed, I got donked, right? So we got this area right here on the H1 time frame. We'll make it green. I like green. I like that light green. A little bright, but I like it. Again, daily close bullish, H4 close bullish as heck, and then we see a little transitioning right here, right? We see a little transitioning from a support, turn resistance, come back, test this level of support to break in. So what I was looking for was some form of a retest and a push back up. We know where the volume's at right now based on the daily, right? But I was also open because what I've learned is even though price may break and retest, it doesn't necessarily always retest the exact area you think it's going to retest. So I was also open for a retest in this little zone right here because we have this wicks to the top, right? So we'll make this a H1 time frame to kind of break down what. So those were the reasons I was looking for a buy. Now for the actual entry setup that I took on this trade right here, this is what I was actually paying attention to, the H1 time frame. I knew where I was at on the daily. I knew where I was at on the H4. Now I know where I was at currently on the H1, right? And we'll go M15 and break down the sucker. We had this big bullish push up right here on the H1 time frame. We had this bearish candle you can see that tried to push down. It wicked out to the bottom, doji, which is uncertainty. We have another candle that's a doji. Some people may call that bearish, but we'll say doji bearish, just uncertainty candle, right? Especially because you have all this wick, and especially because we're on a small little uptrend, right? Now, when this H1 candle right here did that engulfing, that's where I was like, okay, now I'm ready to actually look for entries. Now, on the lower time frame, you can see right here, the M15 time frame, it had this support that was just testing, right? We had this bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, bearish, bullish, doji, bearish, not a test and no break. So I was like, all right, we in action. We still in the game, baby. We still in the game. Let's work what we got. So again, when this H1 candle did this engulfing right here to the left, which is essentially this area right here, when it did this engulfing, I was like, okay, now let's go to a lower time frame and see what kind of happened, right? Now on a lower time frame, the 10-minute time frame, we have this wicking out right here in this area. This was just a juicy, man. I was like, man, I'm excited and I'm confident as heck in this trade. So I got in right here based on this 10-minute candle close of this bullish engulfing right here. My stop loss was at 570. I put it there about 20 pips because I was like, okay, this already happened on the H1 time frame. So if price pushed down past this engulfing, past these wick and wick me out, and it's either just one of those trades where it just don't work out, which it kind of happens sometimes, or I was wrong, right? And it's never easy to admit you're wrong, but I was like, fuck it, if I want to grow, I was wrong. So I was like, I'm gonna leave it there no matter what. Soon as that happened, the 15-minute candle closed next, right? And this candle ass formation tried me. It tried to test me. It tried to test my mind. So as soon as my entry that I got in happened, this 15-minute candle closed like this. I'll move it to the left or to the right so y'all can see a little bit. This 15-minute candle closed like this. But I wasn't tripping because I was like, again, for me to be wrong, even though the small time frame is showing this, all of this on the H1, which is where I'm basing the structure off of currently for this trade, it has to be violated. It wasn't violated, so I was like, all right, we're still in the game. We'll just hold and see. Woke up where, you know, my TP area of interest was off of an H4 time frame. I didn't put an actual TP because, you know, I was like, this is the first level right here where I'd look for a TP, and if it breaks it, it could potentially go back and try to test this area all the way up here. But that was a long shot just because, you know, the week's been very like choppy as heck. So I was like, this is the first area right at 162.347 where I'd watch out for a potential, you know, take profit area. So if we go back to the H1 time frame, you know, over here, this is still M15. I got in down here. It was about a 1 to 2 risk to reward that first take profit was, which I was like, all right, I'm cool with that. As soon as I woke up, I was already in profit. It was at 162, like 412. And, you know, part of me was like, okay, it's looking good on the H1 time frame, right? It's looking good. It could potentially just one of those days where it just fucking push all the way up. But I was like, nah, let's not get greedy. It's Friday. If it's NFP day, Kaz, you got in this trade specifically the night before. Look for a sub the night before so that you wouldn't get caught in the NFP BS. So take your profit and get out. And I literally closed the trade right away. End up closing at like 420, 330, something pretty much right about there. And yeah, that was the trade, man. That was the breakdown. That was the trade. You know, that was the breakdown of the video. Again, this channel, what it's really about is just kind of just showcasing my journey from, you know, taking this challenge, you know, continuing throughout the process, getting the funded account, withdrawing on the funded account, being profitable month to month for, you know, a good year on the funded account. It's really going through those roadblocks, right? Because obviously right now, you know, I have certain roadblocks that I'm aware of that's slowing me down. And, you know, I'm just working on it, man. And, you know, if someone finds this video, whether it's right now when I'm going through this stuff myself, whether it's a year down the line, whether it's halfway, whether it's further on, someone sees this and, you know, it helps them to be like, okay, maybe I'm doing these certain things myself that I could get better at, and it helps them, and cool, so be it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I already see the vision. I already see myself withdrawing, you know, these profits on a consistent basis. I already know what it feels like. I already know the emotion behind it all. And, you know, it's already done. It's literally already done. All that's left now is just time to catch up. So thank you all again for tuning into the video. Thanks again for being a part of the journey, man, wherever you are. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.